The Bucks take on the Raptors, 7:30 Eastern start time. Milwaukee's -4, totals 215. We're hitting at 73% in our last 15 NBA tier package picks on BrockPage.com. And if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on this channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at BrockPage.com. And the good news is we have another NBA tier package pick going off here this evening. We also have a board member tier package that gives you access to every single pick that I post on that website all the way through the end of December. It's easily the best membership that I offer. And if you're on the fence about signing up for a membership, just keep in mind that we currently have over 730 members who are signed up and active on our safe and secure website. And despite some concerns about the Bucks, coming fresh off the second of a back-to-back here this evening, you got to admit, Milwaukee's red hot right now, currently on an 8-game winning streak, first in the NBA in offensive rebounding. The Bucks have won 7 out of their last 11 road games, and they're currently in the top 5 in shooting the 3-ball away from home. Bobby Portis is drilling over 43% of his three-pointers, 15 points a game and 8 rebounds for the center. Meanwhile, Giannis Antetokounmpo is scoring over 27.5 points a night himself, along with 11 rebounds, 6 assists. The Bucks are in the top 5 in road scoring. Meanwhile, defensively, they're holding their opponents to just 32% shooting from three-land. They're taking on a Toronto club who lost their last 3 straight, 2-7 straight up in their last 9. Equally as bad, the Raptors failed to cover the point spread in 7 out of their last 9 as well. The Raptors are currently scoring just 102 points a game on their home court. They're also shooting just 32% from beyond the arc at the Scotiabank Arena. And speaking of the Scotiabank Arena, the Raptors are currently winning just 20% of their ball games there. Now, injury-wise, Anunoby and Birch are out. Gary Trent Jr. is questionable. Meanwhile, for Milwaukee, Ojale is questionable for them. And when it comes to the total in this one, Milwaukee's last 3 straight got over the posted number. They're also 6-5 to the over when traveling. Meanwhile, the Raptors went 70% to the over in their last 10 themselves. I'm going to lean toward Milwaukee -4 over 215. Next game, it is going to be Bulls versus the Knicks. 7:30 Eastern start time. Chicago's -2, number's 209.5. And speaking of the number, the Bulls saw their last 2 straight get over the posted total, 3 to the over in their last 4. Meanwhile, the Knicks on the other side of things saw 2 out of their last 3 get over the line themselves. When it comes to picking a winner in this one, this game's being featured as my NBA tier package pick on BrockPage.com. So if you want to see whether I'm picking the Knicks catching a bucket at home, or if I'm laying the 2 with Chicago on the road, there's only one way to find out, and that's to sign up for my NBA tier package pick on BrockPage.com. But as far as making a free pick for this video is concerned, I'm going to go ahead and lean toward the over 209.5 in that ball game. Next contest I have for you, it is going to be Thunder versus the Grizzlies, 8 o'clock Eastern start time. Memphis is -9.5, totals 212. The Grizzlies are on a 2-game winning streak, 5-3 straight up in their last 8. Now, Memphis has a winning record on their home court right now. They're also one of the best rebounding teams in the league. Memphis is currently in the top 3 in offensive rebounding, top 10 in defensive rebounding at home. When it comes to the scoring, Dillon Brooks is averaging 18 points a night, 3 rebounds, couple assists for the forward. Meanwhile, Desmond Bane is drilling 40% of his 3 balls, 16 points a night and 4 rebounds for the guard. The Grizzlies are in the top 5 in the NBA in home scoring. They're taking on an OKC club who lost their last 7 straight. And they also find themselves winning just 20% of their road games. OKC scores fewer points per contest on the road than any other team. They're scoring just 95 points a game on their road trips. OKC is also dead last in offensive field goal percentage on the road, and they're drilling only 28% of their three-pointers in that same category. And one final thing about OKC, they're also dead last in the NBA in defensive rebounding away from home. Now, injury-wise, Favors, Muscala, Williams, and Giddey, they're all questionable for OKC. Meanwhile, for Memphis, Merrill is out. Williams and Anderson are questionable. When it comes to the total in this one, Memphis is 7-1 to the over in their last 8 ball games. They're also 67% to the over at the FedEx Forum. Meanwhile, OKC saw 4 out of their last 6 get over the posted total themselves. They're also 60% to the over in their last 10 meetings with Memphis. I'm going to lean toward the Grizzlies minus 9.5 over 212. Next contest, Pistons, Suns, 9 o'clock Eastern start time. Phoenix is minus 12, numbers 208.5. The scorching hot Suns have won 17 straight. They lead the NBA in offensive field goal percentage. DeAndre Ayton's averaging 16 points a game along with 11 rebounds. Meanwhile, Chris Paul is scoring 14.5 points a night along with 4 boards, 10 assists. The Suns are in the top 5 in scoring. Meanwhile, defensively, Phoenix is holding their opponents to just 42% shooting from the field at home. They're taking on a Detroit squad who lost their last 7 straight, and they're winning just 18% of their road games. The Pistons score fewer points per contest than any other team in basketball. They're also dead last in offensive field goal percentage. They're making only 29% of their three-pointers. Now, injury-wise, Olynyk and Livers are still out for Detroit. Meanwhile, for Phoenix, Devin Booker's out indefinitely with a hammy. Nader and Saric are both still out as well. When it comes to the number in this one, 5 out of Phoenix's last 7 got over the posted total. They're also 11-5 to the over in their last 16 against an Eastern Conference opponent. Of course, that dates back to last season. So if you're into historical trends, certainly think about that one. Meanwhile, 5 out of Detroit's last 9 got over the line themselves, throwing out that Portland game. Give me Phoenix minus 12 over 208.5. Next and final matchup, it is going to be Spurs Blazers, 10 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Portland's minus 5, numbers 216. The Blazers have been virtually unbeatable at home this season. 10-1 straight up at the Moda Center, 73% against the number in those home games. The Blazers have done a really nice job of rebounding the basketball. They're in the top 3 in home defensive rebounding, top 10 in home offensive rebounding as well. And when it comes to the scoring, CJ McCollum's averaging over 20.5 points a night, along with 4 rebounds, 4.5 assists. McCollum's also drilling 40% of his 3 balls. Meanwhile, Norm Powell scoring nearly 17 points a night himself, along with a couple of rebounds. Powell's also drilling nearly 45% of his 3-pointers himself. The Blazers are currently in the top 3 in the NBA in home scoring, top 3 in home offensive 3-point percentage. They're taking on a Spurs team who's in the bottom 10 in guarding the 3-ball on the road. And speaking of road games, the Spurs are winning just 22% of their contests away from home. San Antonio's dead last in the NBA in shooting from the stripe. They're also scoring just 99 points a game on the road. When it comes to the injury report, McDermott and Vassell are questionable for the Spurs. Lillard is out indefinitely for Portland. When it comes to the scoring in this one, 2 out of Portland's last 3 fell under the posted total. The Blazers are officially 6-5 to the under at the Moda Center. Meanwhile, San Antonio is 4-2 to the under in their last 6 themselves. The Spurs are also 78% to the under in their road games. I'm going to lean toward Portland minus 5, under 216. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are currently hitting at 73% in our last 15 NBA tier package picks. I like Milwaukee minus 4 over 215. I also like the over 209.5 in the Chicago-New York Knicks game. Give me Memphis minus 9.5 over 212. I like Phoenix minus 12 over 208.5. And before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we are hitting at 73% in our last 15 NBA tier package picks on BrockPage.com. I'm going to lean toward Portland minus 5, under 216. And with that, guys, now it's time for our shout out of the day. And that's going to go to Dyshawn Davis, who said earlier this morning, "You're such a help, man." All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on BrockPage.com. If you guys do end up getting a membership here today on that website, just keep in mind, you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on BrockPage.com, you're going to get access to those picks all the way through the end of December. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. So if you end up getting a membership here today, or this week for that matter, you're certainly maximizing your value. You're getting an absolute great value by signing up earlier in the month. And once again, guys, I have a board member tier package. If you sign up for that board member tier, you're going to get access to every single pick that I post all the way through the end of the month, all the way through the end of December. So that's your absolute best value there. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Thursday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at BrockPage.com.